this video, I'll be creating a video for YouTube featuring artwork as well as the song. Now, we'll be creating a 720p video, and I'll show you why. If you look at the YouTube encoding specs, they'll tell you that typically they encode 720p video with 384 kilobit per second audio. At 1080p, they also encode the audio at 384 kilobits per second. So because of this, I usually just go with 720p because we end up with the best quality audio out there without having a larger video to upload. To do this, I'll be using an application called FFmpeg. You can download it from ffmpeg.org. So to begin, you'll see I have my two files here. I have a cover photo, which is the album cover art, and I also have the actual audio track. When you upload a video to YouTube, YouTube is going to re-encode it no matter what. So the best thing you can do if you want the best quality audio or video is to just provide YouTube with lossless or close to lossless source material. I'm using FLAC format because that's a lossless format. So I've ripped this track directly off my CD, so that means this is CD quality audio. It's even better than MP3 audio or anything. So to begin, I'm going to launch the command line. And here are my elements here. So using FFmpeg, I'm going to specify the loop option and then an input. For my first input, I'm going to use the cover photo, the album cover. Now I'm going to include a second input, which will be the audio file, and owlwithknees.flac. Now, since I want to keep my audio exactly the same, I just want to copy this really good quality audio into my resulting video file. I don't want to recompress anything. So I'm going to use a codec for audio codec copy. So what that's going to do is just take the audio stream from owlwithknees.flac and simply dump it into the resulting video. It's not going to do any processing to it. Next, I'm going to have it resize my cover photo. If you check cover.png, you'll see I have a 600 by 600 pixel image. In order for YouTube to make it a 720p HD video, we have to provide it with 720p content. That means the video has to be at least 720 pixels high. So I'm just going to resize it using S for size and then type 720 by 720. Now I'm going to use the shortest option, and let me explain what this does. So for our first input here, we've provided FFmpeg with cover.png. Now cover.png is simply an image file. So normally FFmpeg would interpret that as one frame of video. It would last a very short duration. So if we didn't loop it, if we omitted this loop option and we just said ffmpeg-i cover.png, what we would end up with is sort of a flash of the cover image and then just black video while our music plays. Since I want the cover photo to stick around for the duration of the song, I've used this -loop1 option in front of the input. What that's going to do is loop cover.png infinitely. So what FFmpeg is going to see for this input is actually a video infinitely long featuring this cover photo. So we end up with an infinitely long video and an audio file which is a little more than 4.5 minutes long. So if we did not include this shortest thing, we would end up with an infinitely long video. An owl with knees would play and then reach the end. And after that we would have silence, but FFmpeg would continue to encode this cover.png because it's never reaching the end since it's like an infinite video. So by using the shortest option, what we're doing is we're telling FFmpeg to stop encoding once it encounters the end of the shortest stream. Since cover.png is looping infinitely, that makes an L with knees the shortest of the two. So once we encounter the end of this song, FFmpeg is going to stop encoding. So that's why we need the shortest option. So everything here looks good, and the final step is to provide an output file. I'll just call this owl.mkv. Now by using the mkv extension, I'm implicitly setting the output to use a Matroska container. I like mkv because it's very versatile. It allows for many types of video and audio formats to be joined together. So you don't have to think much about what you're throwing in there. Now notice, while I've said a codec copy, so I'm just moving this FLAC audio into the Matroska container, I haven't mentioned anything about the video codec. So FFmpeg is going to pick the best video codec, and FFmpeg tends to like H.264 for this. So we're going to end up with an H.264 video joined with FLAC audio into this mkv file. So I'll hit enter, and once again you see stream 0 is converting PNG to H.264 using the libx264 library, and the stream 1 is just copying. If you'll remember, the song I'm using is 4 minutes 41 seconds. So you can keep tabs on it here with this time equals thing. So once it reaches 4 minutes 41 seconds, that's when the encode will be done. Okay. So FFmpeg has done what we've asked it to, and you'll see we've ended up with owl.mkv. Now before I play it, I just want to show you with FFmpeg that we've ended up with stream 0, the first stream, being video encoded with H.264, and it's 720 by 720, if you'll remember we specified that earlier. And FFmpeg has chosen to use 25 frames per second. So you can kind of see what it has done. And then stream 1, which is our second stream actually, you'll see is still FLAC format, 44:1:16. So our audio is still exactly CD quality, and our video has become H.264 from the original ping format. So let's open it up. You'll see we've ended up with our album art, which is staying on the screen. It's looping for the duration of the song. Just go through here. Now you'll notice the original song was 4 minutes 41 seconds. This is 4 minutes 43 seconds. I'm not exactly clear on why that is, but I think it has something to do with with block size or something. I don't honestly know. I've noticed that if you use MP3 format instead of FLAC for your input audio, that you end up with a larger gap at the end. Now if this bugs you, if you want like an exact time, if you want exactly the same duration, if you go back to your FFmpeg command, instead of using the shortest option, you can use the time option and provide it with the number of seconds you want the audio to last. So, you know, if you do 4 times 60 plus 41, you could say -T281. So your final video would be 4 minutes 41 seconds, or 281 seconds total. Okay, so now you can take this and upload it to YouTube, and the result will be the best quality YouTube audio that you can really get from a CD.